Welcome to IQD DINAR News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. They erode public trust in the government's ability to manage the economy effectively and can create social unrest, especially in a country that has experienced considerable instability in recent years. Public sector employees, including teachers, healthcare workers, and other essential service providers, are affected by these delays, leading to disruptions in the delivery of critical services. When workers are not paid on time, it can also have a ripple effect on the economy, affecting consumer spending and leading to a slowdown in economic activity. The exchange rate of the dinar has been relatively stable, but this stability has come at a cost. The central bank has had to intervene regularly to maintain. This can help stabilize the economy by reducing inflation and improving the purchasing power of the population. For Iraq, a revaluation could be seen as a way to address some of the structural weaknesses in the financial system. By increasing the value of the dinar, it could potentially reduce the need for large amounts of foreign currency reserves to maintain the current exchange rate. A revaluation could also have the effect of addressing the budget deficit. One of the ways a budget deficit manifests is through a devaluation of the currency. When a country has a budget deficit, it may be forced to print more money to cover the shortfall, which can lead to inflation and a decrease in the currency's value. By increasing the value of the dinar, the government could reduce the pressure on the central bank to print more money, thus helping to control inflation. This, in turn, could lead to a more balanced budget, as the government would not have to spend as much on debt servicing and other expenditures that are affected by currency fluctuations. Furthermore, a higher value dinar could encourage investment in the country. Foreign investors are often wary of investing in countries with weak or unstable currencies, as currency depreciation can erode the value of their investments. By revaluing the dinar, Iraq could signal to the international community that it is serious about reforming its economy and stabilizing its financial system. This could attract much-needed foreign direct investment, which would help diversify the economy and reduce the country's reliance on oil revenues. However, revaluing the dinar is not without its challenges. There are risks associated with making significant changes to the currency's value, especially in a country with a history of economic volatility. If not managed carefully, revaluation could lead to unintended consequences, such as a rapid increase in the cost of imports or difficulties in managing the country's external debt. The central bank would need to carefully calibrate its monetary policy to ensure that their revaluation does not disrupt economic stability. Additionally, there would need to be complementary reforms in other areas of the economy, such as banking, taxation, and public spending, to ensure that the revaluation has the desired effects. There is also the matter of timing. The decision to revalue a currency should be made when economic conditions are favorable, which may not always be the case. Given the political and social challenges Iraq faces, the government may need to weigh the risks of revaluation against the potential benefits. It is not just a matter of changing the value of the dinar, it is about addressing the underlying issues that have contributed to the economic difficulties in the first place. Without a comprehensive plan for economic reform, revaluation could be seen as a temporary fix rather than a long-term solution. The ongoing concerns about the budget deficit underscore the need for a more sustainable approach to fiscal policy. Iraq's budget deficits have persisted due to a combination of low revenue collection outside of the oil sector and high public sector expenditures, The government's wage bill is particularly high, accounting for a significant portion of the budget. This makes salary payments a critical component of the financial stability of the country. When salaries are delayed, it indicates that the government is struggling to meet even its most basic obligations. This situation has brought renewed attention to the need for structural reforms to improve the efficiency and sustainability of government spending. One of the fundamental changes needed in the financial system is to diversify the economy and reduce its dependence on oil. While oil exports provide a significant source of revenue, they also make the economy vulnerable to global market fluctuations. By diversifying its economy, Iraq could reduce the impact of oil price volatility on its budget. This would involve developing other sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and services, which could provide alternative sources of revenue and create more job opportunities. Economic diversification would also help address some of the structural issues that have contributed to the budget deficit, as a more balanced economy would be less likely to experience severe fiscal imbalances. Another area that requires attention is the banking sector. Iraq's banking system is relatively underdeveloped compared to those of other countries in the region. Many Iraqis do not have access to formal banking services, and the financial infrastructure is not robust enough to support a modern economy. Strengthening the banking sector would involve not only improving the regulatory framework but also expanding access to financial services. This could help increase the level of savings and investment in the economy, which would support economic growth. Monetary policy reforms are also necessary to improve the management of the dinar. The central bank needs to have more tools at its disposal to manage liquidity and control inflation. Currently, the central bank relies heavily on interventions in the foreign exchange market to stabilize the dinar, but this approach is not sustainable in the long term. A more flexible monetary policy framework could allow the central bank to respond more effectively to economic shocks, which would help stabilize the economy and reduce the need for frequent currency interventions. In addition to these economic and financial reforms, there is also a need for greater transparency and accountability in government spending. Corruption has been a significant issue in Iraq, and it has contributed to the inefficiency of government expenditures. Addressing corruption would not only improve the management of public finances but also help restore public confidence in the government. When citizens see that their tax dollars are being used effectively, they are more likely to support the necessary reforms. The challenges facing Iraq are substantial, but they are not insurmountable. The delay in salaries and the ongoing budget deficit are symptoms of deeper issues within the economy that need to be addressed through comprehensive reforms. While revaluing the dinar could be part of the solution, it is not a silver bullet. The government must take a holistic approach to reform that addresses the underlying economic, financial, and structural problems. This approach should include diversifying the economy, strengthening the banking sector, improving monetary policy, and enhancing transparency in public finances. As Iraq continues to navigate these challenges, the path forward will require careful planning, political will, and the support of the international community to ensure that the necessary changes lead to long-term stability and prosperity for the country. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.